Hey everyone, I thought of something really. I had an aha moment because I am a crocheter. I knit and crochet, but I haven't done it for a while because I had surgery on my wrist. I had this little cyst growing on my wrist and it was stuck to my tendons. And after a while, I couldn't even open a bottle. So I had surgery about 2 years ago and I have a scar. And so now I do diamond dots. But, anyways, if anyone has ever had a knitted crocheted blanket from their Nana, and maybe you've had a mishap and it begins to unravel, it's imperative you repair that blanket because it can come, if a kitty gets a hold of it and runs, it'll completely come apart. And there's all that work and your memories and the blanket, etc. And I thought, oh my God, this is what I wrote. As we raise our children, we knit or crochet a blanket which holds them together. Most important, holds us together. When they leave the blanket, when they leave unexpectedly and sometimes expectantly, that blanket begins to unravel. If we don't catch it in time by repairing it, we end up being a huge mess on the floor. That's the last thing you need. It is important to repair that item so you can blanket other people with your love. Now, so every time you see a knitted or crocheted blanket, you're going to think of that. But, anyways, I think a lot of times our children hold those strings, the strings to our heart. Started with the umbilical cord. And so sometimes when they leave, they take that and we unravel. And we don't know what to do. And we think, oh my gosh, I can't go on. What am I going to do without my kids? And then sometimes it happened to me. You end up like a heap on the floor. You start crying. And what am I going to do? And the good news is you can take that string back and start to repair. So the love you once blanketed your children with can blanket other people. Can you believe how these inquiring minds want to know? I have these thoughts and I think, oh, that makes sense. Why? Because I believe the KISS method. Keep it simple, silly. We're not going to say the other word. But how simple is it that we just pick those strings up, repair them by maybe. I actually have a blanket in the house that I have a blanket, an extra blanket for me on my bed, and it's just a twin size. And so at night, I cover up and it gives me a little bit extra. And when I have a bird on me, I go in the bedroom and one of my birds has chewed on the string. So part of the blanket started to unravel. So I thought, oh, that's just like us. When our kids leave, we start to unravel. And how would it be? How much easier would life be if we take this simple concept, put ourselves back together, lovingly and kindly, and started to blanket others in this world with love, tenderness, kindness. And it can be a neighbor. You walk out and you're walking past maybe a person that's struggling at the grocery store. And this, even at Walmart, when I go there, and I'm tall, I'm 6'1", so I can reach the top. And there's been more than one time when someone said, hey, can you grab that for me? Or I see someone, maybe he was a little shorter, maybe he was a little older, maybe not. And you say, hey, can I grab that for you? And they're like, absolutely. I'm like, no problem. So you help them out. Maybe if you're not tall, what can you do? You put your phone away and look for people that need help. Or maybe someone, you exchange a hello with someone, smile, just say hi to a child. I don't. I'm just saying, there's so many things we can do in this world. But most important, we have to start putting ourselves back together. How much more wonderful is it if you have the opportunity to help others? Just walking around, taking a stroll through your neighborhood. If you see garbage, pick it up. Or, if you see a dog that's loose, sometimes that happens. You go and help that person catch their dog. I don't know. I'm not saying. Maybe ask your neighbor if they need help. Majority of us have neighbors, and some of my neighbors are kind of awesome, and some I pray for. Just kidding. But anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about is put yourself back together. We have so much value in this world. There are 8.2 billion people in this world. There's got to be someone you can think of helping. But most important, help yourself. Be gentle, be kind, and do what's most important. So anyways, that's all I got, and I'll be back.